you worked in, I guess, the Hudson Valley on Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. How was that? Were there challenges? What were the challenges in doing that in that film?
So, I mean, I had the pleasure of shooting 2 films, 2 years back to back in that area, about 30 minutes away from each other. The first was Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene, and then followed by We Are What We Are last summer. So the challenge, of course, is it's not New York City. It's still New York, but it's about 2.5 hours away. So in terms of if there are problems that arise, as they do arise on every indie set, there's something faulty with the equipment or someone needs to be replaced. It does definitely cut into the productivity of the set, and still need to go back to fix the problems. But that said, that will happen anywhere you are, unless you're shooting directly in LA, New York, any of the major metropolises that have the vendors there at your disposal. These are real problems that it doesn't matter where they take place. That said, I loved the experience shooting up there. So I've done 2 films now, and I continue to joke that I think the third one is going to be the one that if I make something else up there, I'm going to have to just get a summer place so that I don't have to spend on hotels for myself. But the people up there have been incredibly accommodating for our productions. One thing that Ward was saying in terms of just shooting locally doesn't matter if it's in New York and Mississippi, wherever, it's about making the most of where you are and working with the Film Commission. So when we were up there, we were working with the Hudson Valley Film Commission, we were working with the New York Governor's Office, the New York Mayor's Office, everyone to basically say, hey, we're gonna be up here, what do you know about the area, how can you help us out in terms of getting the best rates, finding great people that are up there, everything from where should we be eating food, who should be handling catering, all these elements. When we shot Martha, we actually went to the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, which is in Poughkeepsie, and we ended up grabbing a recent graduate to be our caterer on the set. So she basically worked for next to nothing, and it was one of the best catering experiences I've ever had on a film. That said, I did gain about 10 pounds on shooting in Mississippi, so I do blame Ward for that. But again, that's just an example of knowing where you are and using the most of the resources around you. So we knew we were going to be in Hudson Valley, so it wasn't in the city, but it was close to Poughkeepsie, and we could access places like the CIA and local vendors to really help us offset the money that we had, because it was still at the end of the day a very small budget shoot.